Stack, you have been in Oklahoma City's corner all season. Are they coming together at the right time?
You can't find a time better. I mean, going into the playoffs, and they just secured a spot. Going into the playoffs, playing well. Russ was playing great, still about to average a triple-double for another season. I love this team. Like you said, I've been high on them. I don't see too many teams being better than this team in a 7-game series.
Wow.
Only thing I'm worried about is the coach and the preparation. This is what matters. Greg Popovich was great at getting us prepared for the other team, knowing what they do well. I hope this team can pay attention to detail and prepare well for teams, and that'll help them in the playoffs.
That's interesting. So you think that veteran players sometimes don't buckle down?
Well, I just think the preparation. This is something new for Billy Donovan too. So this is a new team for him too.
He's been in a lot of big-time spots.
Not this team.
This cast.
College and NBA is two different things.
Right,
but hold on. But here's my thing. First and foremost, I hate this coming together thing because this is just like the turning point thing with the Cavs.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's because they won, right? But if they lose the game, then did they not come together? If they lose the next game, did they not come together? Is it so?
Well, Billy made the point after last night's game that it's more about the way that they've been playing on this recent trip than the fact that W's or L's, and he feels like they're playing in a very cohesive way.
Saturday's game was the best defense I've ever seen them play as a collective.
The end of the game. I mean,
they
it was up
really.
and down, but
Russell Westbrook particularly
took the challenge.
Yeah, so the question is, can he bring that effort defensively every single night?
Right.
To me, it really depends on who the matchup is because I get the feeling that Oklahoma City is a team, if they see Golden State or Houston, they're like, oh, that's our peers. We got to play up for them. But if they see a Portland or a Utah,
see, I think Portland, which is still possible.
Will roll them. If they play Portland, I think Portland will roll them.
I think that's a good matchup, and I think first of all, I'm excited to see Damian Lillard go against Russell Westbrook if that happens. But I think they'd be up for Portland. How could you sleep on Portland?
Well, OKC's done that a lot though, Rach. They play to the level of their competition a lot.
I think they don't. But they don't see them as peers. That's my point.
Well, they should.
They should.
But that's my point.
That's a team up in
That's the reason why we're sitting on April 9th and they didn't even know if they were a playoff team yet because they spent the whole year thinking our competition is Houston and Golden State. And no, you got to beat the Portlands, the San Antonios, and the Utahs because those are your competition.
Well, there's been days they haven't. I mean, I don't know what their actual record against Memphis is, but they've had some games against tanking teams where you've been like, eh.
They got swept by the Blazers this year.
I feel like
they got swept by the Blazers, and the Blazers beat them handily a couple of times.
But I wonder if that's a talent thing.
I think that's a lack of respect. I don't think they respect the Blazers.
Melo, too. He ain't been in the playoffs in 5 years. He's excited about being
I'm excited about playoff Melo. Playoff Melo is back. All right, it's time to run it back on Russell Westbrook. My favorite music. I could just sway.
Who's that guy that gets
gently?
They got to be twin brothers.
We need like some palm trees here for when run it back happens. We told you at the top of the show, Russ needed 16 rebounds against the Grizzlies tomorrow night to average a triple-double. Yeah. This is against the Grizzlies.
This is against the Heat. Last night, he had, 15, I believe? 15 defensive rebounds? 17 defensive rebounds. Or he had 17 rebounds total.
See, they can't hear producer Jenny
anyway,
in your ear
way.
correcting you, but that's what's happening.
Yeah, had 17 rebounds last night total. Of them, I think 14 were defensive rebounds. And of them, many of the variety of, Russ got it. There's a lot of that going on.
Okay,
there was a lot of.
Explain why that is inherently bad.
This is why it's inherently bad. If this was January or February, it wouldn't matter. But again, April 9th, we're not even solidified if we're going to be a playoff team or not. And when I see stuff like this.
This is the game. They got made in the playoffs.
But I'm saying they're playing this game like it was one of the objectives on the whiteboard before the game. All right, we want to do this, By the way, let's make sure Russ gets his rebound.
Zero problem with this. First of all, knowing what's going to happen on the court and being cohesive and knowing, he's going to grab that is not a problem. And they win. When he gets a they tend to win. Stack, help me, please.
It's hard to get a triple-double. You have to have
I'm not saying it's easy.
I'm not going to say that they might let him get some, but you have to go get that rebound.
That game last night wasn't about him getting a triple-double last night. It was about him getting enough rebounds for the season to average a triple-double for the season. And to me, you're distorting what it is to play a basketball game when there are stakes. It's not like we're in the playoffs, it's all good. If they lost that game last night, it was a real chance that they're not going to make the playoffs.
But
Okay, so if the result works out, then it's all good. The process.
We have a long body of work to know that it's not just working out. That when he gets a triple-double, they tend to win.
It wasn't a triple-double last night. It was rebounds for the season.
What about all the season that he's averaging triple-double?
Have to move on.